Good morning, afternoon, evening, everybody. Briefcase here bringing you Team Dignitas versus Absolute Legends. Once again, catching up in the Premier League. Thinking now maybe I might start playing a little bit of catch-up in some other leagues or start casting some more recent games in some other leagues. Because, I mean, the Premier League is great, but it is all the same 8 teams all the time, and, you know, wouldn't hurt to get a little bit of variety in it. But beyond all that, here's hoping that this is actually recording properly. I've been having a few issues with my microphone lately. Ever since I tried plugging in with a different cord, just the exact same kind of cord, micro USB to USB, it's been having a very difficult time since then. Not 100% sure why. It shouldn't have changed anything, but alas, it looks like it might have. So we'll see. All the while, though, lots of quick bans and picks. No reserve time being used at all. Absolute Legends banning. You got Lifestealer and Batrider. All the while, Team Dignitas banning Keeper of the Light and EO now. His name is EO, not Wisp. Might as well just call him Wisp. All the while, Absolute Legends picking up a first pick, Nyx Assassin, of course, very, very strong hero, good at a lot of things, every position, can play them all equally well. Darkseer and Lone Druid, both very, very strong off lanes, and both incredibly strong at just farming anyways. So, I think Dignitas already with a very, very farm, not dependent, but very, very farm-heavy team so far at the moment. Interested to see who Absolute Legends is going to pick up. They already have a really good Nyx Assassin, but now picking up a Gyrocopter, kind of a standard pick you see a lot of the time, at least in the Premier League. There's maybe, I would say maybe too many heroes that are generally banned and picked, and for me that's a little bit of a problem. I'd like to see a bigger hero pool being played. You don't see that much, and really unless there's a new hero being played that generally doesn't get too much play, it's a little bit difficult to want to keep watching them and to want to keep casting them if you're me, if you just see the same, you know, 10, 12, 15 heroes being played or banned every single time. So I don't know, we'll see. I might start tiptoeing into some other areas, tiptoeing into some other leagues. I also hope to have some not just cast content coming out none too soon, maybe a little bit of teaching people how to play, and hopefully we'll see how that goes. But in the meanwhile, I gotta cast these 2 games. It's been a really lovely weekend where I'm living, and first nice weekend of the year actually, so got a little hiking done, and it's been pretty nice. Not to mention Easter, all the family stuff that goes with Easter, but beyond that, everything's fine. Absolute Legends picking up Gyrocopter and Nature's Prophet. Of course, very, very mobile Nature's Prophet. Can get around the map, put a lot of pressure, just psychological pressure of moving out or of ganks on pretty much the entirety of Team Dignitas, and that can be quite scary actually. It can turn any fight into a 2 versus 1 or a 3 versus 1 as long as he's got that teleport on cooldown. With at a max level 20-second cooldown, it's almost a guarantee that he will. All the while, Absolute Legends banning Queen of Pain, banning Tinker. Looks like they don't want to let Team Dignitas kind of contest their mobility. Of course, Queen of Pain, very good mid. Just in general, Tinker, once he gets Boots of Travels, which is usually every single game, incredibly good at split pushing, very good at stopping anything that Nature's Prophet could pull out with the Trance. March of the Machines is a perfect counter to that. Team Dignitas, likewise, banning Shadow Demon, Magnus, and Bane just in the last one there. Shadow Demon, of course, really good at setting up ganks and all that. Perhaps not wanting to let Absolute Legends pick up Shadow Demon specifically so that Nature's Prophet can't port in and getting that extra 2.5 seconds of time. Magnus, of course, his ult, incredibly scary as well. One of the money ults of the entire game right now. Bane, of course, very good at disabling. Could probably don't want to let that happen, seeing as how Nightmare is so effective against Lone Druid's Spirit Bear. And just in general, Beastmaster's units as well, I suppose. Although Absolute Legends also banning Clockwork. An interesting ban, not 100% sure why. Perhaps they don't want any more ways to engage by Team Dignitas. Of course, Beastmaster's done very scary. Lone Druid can be pretty scary with Spirit Bear, of course, just charging him on and letting him go in and all that. So interesting ban. Not 100% sure why on that one, but that's a-okay. Absolute Legends, in the meantime, picking up Rubik at the moment. Very, very strong hero. Some good spells to steal. Vacuum, of course. Wall of Replicate. Beastmaster's ult, or his summons. Either of those are very, very good. Wild Axe is not so much. Doesn't really, kind of unnecessary, but overall, very, very strong ultimate by Beastmaster to steal. Could try to steal Lone Druid's, where is it? Summon Spirit Bear. You don't see this very often. It's kind of not really done so much, but I have seen Rubik steal True Form, and that can be pretty beneficial in and of itself as well. Absolute Legends picking up Alchemist. You don't see him too much, and really needs to get all the farm in the world to snowball, or, you know, I suppose can be played as a secondary, but with Gyrocopter in the game and Alchemist, looks like Absolute Legends is going to want to push this one incredibly late. Of course, Darkseer not able to scale very, very effectively into the late game. Shadow Shaman not at all as well. As soon as his wards start to become obsolete, he can buff them up, get Refresher Orb, can get Staff of Aghanims and all that, and make his wards just a little bit better. But overall, though, he'll be used for his stuns and all that. But like any spellcaster, starts to wax and wane near the end there. Beastmaster, though, of course, very, very good. Attack speed aura, going to be helping Lone Druid Spirit Bear quite a bit as well. And with Rabid, that's 80% just for being around him. Pretty impressive. But it looks like Absolute Legends having a very late game lineup. Gyrocopter can be very good as well. Nyx Assassin and Nature's Prophet, though, incredibly good at ganking in their own right. Just those two should be able to get some scoreboard, or get some points on the scoreboard there for them. But all the while, Alchemist and Gyrocopter, they really need a large amount of farm, and for the game to go incredibly late to really get to their full potential as carries. And because of that, I bet that Absolute Legend is going to try to push this one until very, very late game, which for my throat could just be a little bit of a hard time, but we will see. Team Dignitas picking up Puck now, having a nice silence in there. His, what is it called? I want to say Waning Rift. Waning Rift, of course, having that 3-second silence. It's not small by any means. It's no drow silence or anything like that, but still very, very good. Very good at stopping a lot of combos. Nyx Assassin comes to mind. If Puck has the mind to actually cast Waning Rift as soon as he will get Vendetta, it kind of saves his life a lot of the time. Or then again, Puck's just quite good at getting away from Nyx as well. A good phase shift at the right moment as soon as he tries to, what is it called? Spite. And as soon as he tries to impale him, will guarantee his life as well. He'll be fine, more likely than not.
10 seconds
But overall, Team Dignitas, Lone Druid being an incredibly late game carry as well. The bear, though, does have a lot of game impact pretty much any time in the first little while, so will be interesting to see, I think, as well. But let's go over who is playing who. You have Miracle playing Nyx Assassin, and Miguel is Rubik. You got, I'm just going to call him R. Maybe R square. Nah, I'm just going to call him R. You got R playing Gyro, Mania playing Prophet, and all the while you have Han Solo playing Alchemist. That's what I like to hear. Up top, at Dignitas, you got Owie 2000 is Lone Druid, going to be farming his little heart out. You got Fogged as the Beastmaster. Looks like he's going mid. Universe is playing Darkseer. Going to be pretty... Looks like he's going to be farming the jungle just a smidge there. All the while, Touch My Body is Puck. Don't mind if I do. And Tides of Time doing a fine Shadow Shaman going up top as well. Wondering what he's going to first get as his skill. You see a lot of Shadow Shamans get either Hex first or sometimes Shackle. Depends on if you're going for that first blood. But one thing that I've been seeing a lot of Shadow Shamans actually do nowadays is they might go Hex first, and then they almost completely ignore Shackles, and just going for Ether Shock and trying to front load as much damage as possible in a lot of times. I suppose that Ether Shock does have a relatively low cooldown, but I haven't seen a Shadow Shaman yet where they have the mana to really spam it in a lane. So because of that, I'll be, a little bit interested to see exactly what he's going to go. All the while, though, I wonder, is Han Solo going to be going pure Grievel's Greed? Probably not. Miguel trying to pick up this invisibility rune. Will get it, when and if he ever needs it. A little bit of harass going down on the bear. Of course, Lone Druid doing what Lone Druid usually does in this in this kind of spot is just pulling these lanes, puts a little bit of damage on this tower, tries to make farm a little bit harder for the carry who is going to be bought, all the while never ever has to leave the safety of his tier 2, no less. I've seen him done at tier 1s, but I mean tier 2s just as well. Ah, there we go. Yeah, he's going to want to put it up into the tier 1 and really just get some nice easy farm. Missing a ranged creep, not the end of the world though. The bear will have them all here, and with that, Owie will pick up some farm. I'm sure that he's done this a million times, knows exactly how many times to hit them or not. And with that, getting that creep, getting this creep as well. Ooh, might have missed it. I'm pretty sure he did. Indeed. All the while, you have Han Solo, but does have a stout shield, making it a little bit easier for him to tank these waves. But now the creep line is all the way back here. I'm sure Owie wanting to use his bear to pull again. I'm not sure that Miguel will let him. Touch my buddy up top. Kind of a weird thing for Puck to have complete and utter free farm. You'd think they might want to give that to Lone Druid, seeing as how Puck is a relatively safe champion. Not champion. Jeez, almost caught myself doing lol there. Relatively safe hero to play in an off lane, or just like mid. He's very, very mobile as well. Fogged all the while. Does have a bottle. Gyro, not yet. I've been wondering why a lot of people get this early Wraith ban. You see this a lot happen now, and I'm not 100% sure on it. You'd think that you would wait for that. All the while, though, Gyro, it looks like he's going the early flat cannon, getting Rocket Barrage. Almost always want to get at least one level in Rocket Barrage in the very, very early game, because as soon as you catch one person out, you can be very, very scary with it as long as you just walk into him. Just an incredibly large amount of damage. 330 damage at level 1. Incredibly scary. I mean, Beastmaster is a strength hero, but he still only has... With branches, I guess he's not too scared of it. It's 720, but still very, very intimidating all the while. Lone Druid has gotten a double damage. If he picks it up with the bear, does it go to him? No, it doesn't. It just seems to go away entirely. That's fine, just fine. Fog looks like Absolute Legends wanting to get a gank in there. Miguel and Miracle have smoked in, and now a bunch of stuns going down. Mania is there just to guarantee. You got Telekinesis, you have Impale. All the while, Gyro is here trying to body block, does not have a stun, but doesn't need it. Rocket Barrage will be enough, and it looks like he's going Rocket Barrage and Flat Cannon, which... If you're going mid as a Gyro, I quite like indeed. Flat Cannon, of course, you can keep your distance, you can farm, you can push in the tower if and when you ever want rune control. Not to mention that at, level 1, it's three free hits against whoever you're against, more likely than not 1000 range being the biggest in the game. And because of that, you can really, really put a lot of pressure on. And unless they, especially this one, unless that person bottle crows, which is the norm nowadays, so not as effective as it ever could be, but unless that person bottle crows, it's just going to slowly whittle him down. Fogged all the while, trying to do a little bit of damage to Gyrocopter as well, just make it a little bit more even, but with the amount of harass that Flat Cannon can give to him, it's going to be very scary for Fogged to stay in lane against R. All the while, Universe is heading mid, just doing his little bit. Looks like he has been farming the jungle pretty effectively. 18 last hits already. All the while, Miracle is pulling Miguel as well. I'm sure that they have cut down this tree and going to be pulling 2 lanes all the while. Owie doing fine. Where is your bear? Heading home, it looks like, but now it should be level 2 now. Yeah, picking up some booty there. Just getting a little bit of items. All the while, Puck looks like he's got absolute free farm top. I would love to see some sort of crazy carry Puck, but you do not see that often. Are picking up a regen rune. Nice lucky get for him. Can really use this Flat Cannon as much as he wants. Can really pester Fogged until Fogged is level 6, which is none too far away. Can really run into him and try to be as annoying as possible with Rocket Barrage. Can't do it too much right now, as Fogged is constantly harassing the creep wave with his wild axes, and thus making Rocket Barrage a little bit scarier, as those creeps will be all over him. All the while, Gyro would really want to be able to kill the entire creep wave and then just be all up in Fogg's business. All the while, though, Fog bottle crawling. You see this as the norm nowadays. I don't know how I feel about it. A lot of people have become a little bit annoyed with it. Of course, it is not too big an issue, I suppose, and perfectly legit as well. Just think people think that it kind of ruins the spirit of winning a lane, because you don't really win. You just bottle crow all the way until you ever need it. Han Solo, yeah, going very, very heavy on the farm right now. Running after Owie, seeing if he can't pick it up. The bear is always here. Can you cast Unstable Concussion at the very last second, trying to use alt, because there is a small cast time, or not cast time, a small transformation time where you can actually not get hurt or stunned from Unstable Concoction. But looking like he just couldn't quite pull it off, but does have Grievel's Greed up to level 3. Looks like he's going that first and just getting Unstable Concoction as a side note. Which I actually love to see. He's in for the long haul. Already does have 31 last hits, has power treads already, gonna make himself a little bit scarier, can tread switch if and whenever he needs it. Doing fine, just fine. Looks like Owie in a bit of a tight spot right now, but Puck is here, does not have Dream Call, just used it, making it look like Owie might just be able to get away. All the while, it looks like Beastmaster having a bit of connectivity issues. I don't know if that was the reason that he just died. Could have been, but it looks like R is going to fall to Universe. At the end of Surge, does have Ion Shell on him, and Ion Shell level 3, that's 70 damage a second, and with only 46, half a second later, looks like R is definitely going to fall to Universe. All the while, though, we got Tides of Time up here. There he is, yeah, getting 1 in Hex, probably as a safety, just in case he ever gets ganked or anything like that. 1 in Shackles if he ever needs to follow up with the Hex, and then to Ether Shock, just going for that pure damage and ability to push in creep waves. And I suppose that kind of makes sense. A lot of the time, Shadow Shaman is not fast enough, being an incredibly slow hero. I think starting at 285. Oh, a little bit of fun coming from both teams there. Universe, of course, about to punch Gyro and guaranteeing the kill. He does have a Tango, can't get to a tree in time. Might want to try to pop bottle, but with this Ion Shell constantly doing damage, don't think it would ever do anything or ever work. Of course, does not have enough mana to Rocket Barrage in his dying seconds or anything, really. And now Fogged is back. Everything is good. So let's go back to where a little bit of a 2-on-2 is going on. This bear here is not level 3 yet. Does not have Entangling Claws. Not at all. Pretty important. As soon as the bear gets that, it's pretty scary. But here we go. Let's see what happens. Han Solo, both of which getting Dream Cold, wanting to run away, can't get it away in time. Han Solo, oh, they both get at the very last second, making that Dream Coil immensely good. Comebacks to Universe, everybody gets in, and I looked at the last second there, we had a Nyx Assassin trying to run into a Roshan and sacrifice his life. All the while, the Puck really coming out, and now has a huge amount of farm because of it. How many kills was that for Puck? Puck only getting 1 there, but being around for all of them, and now already has roughly 2,000 gold. Most of it unreliable. There was all that farm up top, but interesting to see what he's going to be buying. Obviously can get a Blink Dagger very soon, thus making him almost untouchable in a lot of instances, or at the very least, as soon as Phase Shift hits level 3, as you can blink out of Phase Shift, and with a 3.25 second cooldown, that is enough to let the blink cooldown come down. Does not have Dream Coil, can't stop that cast from happening at all. All the while, though, Owie got away scot-free from that engagement with Han Solo. And I think, yeah, Han Solo and Nyx and Gyro all fell there. Pretty scary stuff for them. And now that's really going to hurt Han Solo, of course. Has 0 unreliable gold. Not sure if he spent any of it before that pause. More likely than not, did spam a little bit of buying there, just in the dying moments. Probably knew he was a little bit dead. And I mean, you don't mean to have a tactical. It's just obviously there's a very good reason for that. Dignitas disconnected, but you're not gonna not use it to think of what's gonna happen next. So might have just spent all of his gold, probably not though, and that's actually going to hurt Han Solo quite a bit, seeing as how most of his gold was unreliable, so he probably lost a fair bit from that. All the while though, we have Fogged right here. Lying in the wings is Miracle. I'm sure that Fog can't see him, but there is a sentry down, as well as an observer. for Team Dignitas. All the while, Tides as well as Touch My Body and Owie. Looks like they're pushing top. Their wards going down. Want to get this early tower, of course. And with wards as well as an Ether Shock, that's going to be able to clear this out very, very quickly. Not to mention a tanking bear with just getting +4 in armor. You don't see that too often, but of course, probably Owie going, probably Tranks, more likely than not, and maybe a Ring of Basilius or something along those lines, but hard to say. Just want to give his bear a little bit more tankability for that tower, and that falls very, very quickly to these wards. All the while, looks like AbsoluteLegends just knowing that they couldn't do anything about it, and with that, they probably want to trade. Mania has come bot, has a bunch of Trents. Level 4 and Trents also wants to push in pretty soon as well. Han Solo, of course, not the best at going for towers, at least not early. But getting a Claymore, would like to see if he's going Battle Fury. You don't always see Alchemist get an early Battle Fury, I must say. A lot of times you see kind of gank Alex going Shadow Blade, which of course this could be as well. But when you do see an Alchemist go Battle Fury, usually you see a Perseverance first or a Ring of Health. But with the amount of coordination that goes on in team fights in these high-level games, you don't see the need for getting kind of regen items and staying items more, just because the ward placement is so good and the map awareness is so good that getting those regen items and those health items quickly over other ones, over damage, doesn't always come out on top. All the while, Fog probably just waiting to see if if he can't get a Primal Roar off on Miguel with a little bit of help of these two. Universe and Touch My Body just doing what they can. Have fogged in, or have smoked in. There it is. Seeing that Gyrocopter is caught out in Blink's Puck. There he is. Gets the Waning Rift, and with the Dream Call, gonna guarantee the kill. An Ion Shell on both of them. All the while, not letting Gyro farm this stack. Of course they don't. Not at all. Fog doing fine. Mid now has an Urn and has Belt of Strength. Going to be getting treads pretty quickly. And with his treads and his Inner Beast, will actually be attacking for quite quickly, I should say. And now just killing up the stack, making sure it doesn't get to go to Gyro. All the while, we have Han Solo farming as much as he ever wants. Bought 63 last hits. If we look at the, let's look at gold per minute, shall we? If we look at gold per minute, he is not miles, but 50 ahead of Puck, and Puck has been, or at least was, free farming very effectively for the longest of times, as well as being around for a few kills. And it doesn't matter though. Greevil's Greed can just be so strong, giving plus. Was that base bonus gold gets plus 10 gold, extra gold per kill, not to mention the bonus gold if he kills him within a certain amount of time. And if we hold down Alt, will it actually tell us? No. There's absolutely nothing more to tell us about that. I thought there might be, considering that there is a certain delay, or not delay, but time that it works, but... Recent kill window, there it is, recent kill window is 25. Did get the Shadow Blade. Understandable as well. Of course, Battle Fury would have given him the ability to farm more effectively and push in, but they are in it for the long haul. Shadow Blade giving him at least some level of comfort as far as ganking as well as getting away. There is not too much detection at the moment. Simply some sentry wards being put down, so it would have to be very selective fighting. And now Owie looks like Miracle really wants to land on him. Vendetta does end pretty soon, but I don't think he's going to go for it. Nobody's around, but in comes Rubik. He doesn't have the ability to. Does not use Vendetta. He might as well have, though. Really, when it comes down to it, he could have just front-loaded a little bit more damage onto Owie and made him go back all the way. But right now, it looks like he's just going to stay up, farm in the jungle. Maybe, there it is, Ring of Basili. Does have Phase Boots as well, and Ring of Protection now, which is, I would expect, going to become Tranquils on this lone druid. All the while using Tides of Time's wards down bot just to get even more towers and even more gold advantage. They are now up 2 towers. The mid is still fine. In fact, I think every tower is still relatively fine. But Han Solo and Miracle are top, as well as Miguel. Just seeing if they maybe can't catch out a Touch My Body. There he is, using his Unstable Concoction and Shadow Blade. Oh, uses the Waning Rift, but realizes he's probably going to get caught out. And now Han Solo just popping his ult, making sure that he regens quite a bit of life before he actually stuns and hurts himself. All the while, you have Fogged. Has not bought his treads yet. Probably doesn't need to. Might want to. Most of his gold is unreliable. Seems unnecessary. But I suppose there's no point in buying unless he knows he's gonna die, or this courier is available for it to ship him, or is available. All the while, it looks like Shadow Shaman getting caught out. Missed that entirely. So sorry, everybody. But in pops everybody. Only Miguel getting Dream Cold. Really wanted to hit both of them. Doesn't matter though. Miguel's not gonna be able to get away. Not whatsoever. Does steal Illusory Orb, doesn't matter. Can't use it to get away. Just too much damage, not a big enough life pool. And now we can close this GPM. All the while, though, it looks like Han Solo skyrocketing ahead. Does have that Shadow Blade. And, of course, Unstable Concoction and Shadow Blade as a combo can be so devastating. So it's after 5 seconds it becomes really impressive. So you actually don't need to wait till it's at 0.5. You can throw it when it's at 2, because it starts at 7, which is actually something interesting to note, and something to worth note is that once it's at 2 seconds left, you can throw it and you will still have max stun. And if you get that, that is 4 seconds. That is a huge amount of time to be stun blocked for something like this, especially once Alchemist gets all the attack speed he needs. He gets his Mjolnir. He gets his Hyperstone, maybe his Assault Cuirass, and very scary. All the while, Beastmaster has all the money in the world to use what he wants. There's the wards again, Tides of Time, just trying to take every tower down, really giving themselves a lot more room to move around. It'll get to be a lot scarier. Of course, Mania doesn't look like he's going to be going any sort of carry Nature's Prophet. They have their carries. They have Gyro here. They have Alchemist, who is continuing to farm up his little heart. And just getting a huge amount of gold now. I'm pretty sure he gets 30 extra gold per kill because it's capped at that. And when I saw that +1, plus 26, there it is. That's an extra half a creep right there, really. And now some big things going down. Gyrocopter using his ult, just trying to get away. Fog does not have ult, did use it, as well as this wall going down for Team Dignitas. Universe getting stunned. All the while, I'm sure Touch My Body thinking about going in there, trying to Waning Rift, but it doesn't matter. Mechanism is now up on Darkseer as well. Universe having a mechanism, countering any sort of meching that Mania can do. And I actually kind of like mech on Nature's Prophet. It gives him the ability to pour it in and maybe save a teammate if it ever gets to that kind of clutch moment. All the while, Team Dignitas just going to be farming their jungle. And now after that engagement with where everybody was relatively unscathed, lots of spells falling down for each team, not many kills, I think. Everybody's just going to go back to farming a little bit. Looks like Beastmaster has gotten a Staff of Wizardry, which leads into just so many things. Can I click on it in here even though I'm not in-game, and will it tell me what it leads into? Leads into Ulls, I guess I'd call it. I call it Ulls. Leads into Ulls, kind of unnecessary for Beastmaster. Force Staff, of course, a very strong ability. Dagon, not so good, but there it is. Going to lead in the Necronomicon, and I bet more likely than not going to be what he's getting. There it is, yep. Necronomicon for Beastmasters. Very strong on Beastmaster as well. Benefits from his inner beast aura. Not to mention, he'll just have 4 people. He has a slow. He has a mana break, a mana burn. He'll have lots and lots of abilities to be using. All the while, you have Mania pushing this bot tower. It looks like they can't deny it in time. Tides of Time might have tried, but it doesn't matter. He's just trying to run. Not going to be able to catch up to Mania, but there are enough of them. Universe Surge is done now. Fogged is coming. Is he going to be able to get in time? Does get stunned in the last second. Gets hexed as well. Not stacking their stuns. They don't need it. Doesn't matter. Nobody is there. All the while, though, Han Solo just really hurting this mid tower. Now has his Maelstrom, giving him that attack damage. Touch My Body is here. And he gets a Dream Call off on both of them. Ooh. God, Dream Call just lasts forever. Going invisible. Does have a sentry down. Fogged. Let's see if he can't get it. Putting down sentries the entire way. Looks like he's gonna want a wild axe again. Doesn't matter though. Falls. Trying to do a little bit of juking right there. Can't quite get away. All the while, Owie 2000 is farming the jungle. His bear is almost at armlet, but Han Solo knows that he's there. Is unstable concoctioning. There it is. just thinking that Owie might get away in the last second, and rightly so. And of course, the base attack speed of Alchemist so fast, or I should say so small. What are you at? Do you tell me? I don't think so. Ah, curses. Oh well. So sorry, everybody. Can't remember what they are at the moment. But there we go. We got Invisible Alchemist doing his thing. Nobody knows it. 2 seconds. There's a full stun. Gonna fall on Owie. Can't get away. And Rubik's here to get Levitate up if and when they ever need it, which of course they do. Realizing that they don't even... Miguel doesn't even need to try to throw it back. But all the while, you have Fogged running in as well as Universe surging up. Has Wall Down and Vacuum. Fogged is here. Does have ult as well as Necronomicon level 1. Scary. Miguel is going to be hard-pressed to get away from this. Has everything, all the vision in the world. Miguel will fall. And that is A-OK by Han Solo because he doesn't care. He's farming very well. His gold per minute is, I think, the highest by a large margin. Almost 200 gold per minute more than the next leading man. All the while, we have some team fight going on, but that Dream Coil just takes forever. Mania can't get away, though. One big vacuum on everybody, bringing them into ward range. Doesn't matter. Han Solo comes in, has enough speed to kill everything, trying to protect Miracle. Universe is coming in, Fogged as well. Only has Necronom. None of his summoning is there. Han Solo can't quite get away. Shadowblade in 1 second gets away. Does anybody have sentries? Fog does not. And now Universe, knowing that he's going to be around here somewhere, does not look like they're going to be able to get it. These wards, though, being very helpful in killing Nature's Prophet in that exchange as well. All the while, R, who I have not seen too much, and I might want to pay a little bit closer attention to, farming. What has he gotten right now? 1,500 gold. Is that really enough? Looks like he might want to go Shadowblade as well. Making Team Dignitas get a little bit more detection, or at least some detection, I think. Or I shouldn't say a little bit more. They have sentries everywhere. Holy jeez, not wanting to get ganked by any Nyx anytime ever. And now with even more detection, Shadowblade probably not the best get on Gyrocopter at this moment. I suspect he won't. Maybe wants to get a BKB, of course. Will give him extra damage and survivability in team fights. And with so many stuns and Dream Coil especially being annoying for him, kind of an issue. Of course, Beastmaster's Roar, though, going through that. All the while, Team Dignitas taking a Roshan has all the vision and detection in the world to make sure that they get it. And smoking away. Owie porting top, getting the bear in with him, does have the Aegis, wanting to make sure that he gets as much farm as possible and just doesn't die anytime soon. Miracle is here, though, and there are a lot of people converging on Owie right now. Runs in, can always use his bear to block, but his bear is, of course, very effective. You see Armlet of Mordigian now on pretty much any bear, any spirit bear that ever exists. They know that he's there, wants to get a claws on him, does indeed. It's not enough, though. The tower does fall, but people are porting in left, right, and center. In comes Fog. Does not have stun available. Miracle is there. No vacuum for him. Dream Coil on both Mania and our Puck. Oh my, Puck popping out with his little phase shift there. Looks like some people will fall. Not all of them, though. And now R does fall indeed. All the while, Alk fell pretty early in that. Now Team Dignitas just leading in kills, but it's not all about kills. A lot of times about gold per minute. And Alchemist is still skyrocketing ahead of that. But let's look at the overall gold chart. There's that small dip in the team fight. There it is. There's Dignitas. This is probably them taking a couple towers. Boom. And then this is just more likely than not. Oh, wait, no. Wait, there we go. There's them taking a few towers. And this is probably just Alk farming his little heart out, being around for a couple kills. Experience-wise, though, hugely in favor of Team Dignitas. That's what doing team fights will get you, and that's what getting those kills around a bunch of heroes will get you, is much more experience. Not all the time more gold, especially when someone like someone like Han Solo is here, who already has a Mjolnir and has already got, what do you got? Plus 80 attack speed, plus 30 attack speed, plus 110. Plus 140% extra attack speed, already attacking at incredible speeds. Wondering exactly how fast he's going to be attacking. Ooh, plus 65 for that bird right there. Wondering just how fast he's going to be attacking once he has Chemical Rage. Not at level 16 yet, is not at his full potential yet, but now does have an Ogre Club. And with, God, I got to start following people like this. Clicking on their portrait, it's the best thing. Alchemist, of course, getting the Ogre Club. More likely than not going to be getting BKB. Really needs to survive every fight that he's ever up against. And with a lot of stuns, you have Tides of Time having Hex at level 3. Shackles in a clinch moment. Vacuum, of course, is good at disabling. You have Dream Coil as well as Raining Rift. Silence can be just devastating for people. But no matter how much BKB you have, there will always be Beastmaster's Roar, which is, what is it, 3.5 seconds stun at the moment. Not enough to take an Alchemist out for an entire time, but Miguel getting caught out. Dream Coil does not follow Miracle, though. Vacuum on everybody. Touch My Body is going to be going after Miguel. Excuse me, Miguel does get away. All the while, Miracle is here. Does not get caught out completely. Fog not having to use his ult, though, to do anything. All the while, you have R pushing top. Has Helm of the Dominator. Probably won't be enough, but really, more likely than not, wants to use it to stack these camps, or pretty much any camps that he can think of. All the while, Team Dignitas leading in kills, leading in experience. Shouldn't be gold, though. Not at all. But that's more likely than not all Han Solo with his huge amount of farm. Has gotten his Mithril Hammer already. Pretty close to getting a BKB. Wondering what else he's going to be getting. You see a lot of bashers on these incredible fast attacking Alks, and rightly so. The amount of procs you'll get is massive. All the while, though, Bear, of course, very good at demolishing these towers. Pretty sure it's actually called Demolish. Is indeed. Aoi did get Tranks, like I thought. And how much farm does he have? 3,000. Thinking maybe of getting a Radiance on this Bear. Of course, very, very strong. Was porting away forever there, though. All the while, you have Tides having a Blink Dagger, making him very, very good at blinking in and stunning whoever needs to be. Missed Nature's Prophet being caught out. I think he just couldn't deal, more likely than not, with Puck was there as well. Probably waiting Rift, trying to stop him from porting away, and can always ulls. Now Puck with an ulls as well. Has Gem of Sight. Going to be really de-warding as much as possible, really limiting the amount of vision that Absolute Legends has. All the while, Miracle is here. Universe knows that he's there, though. I'm not 100% sure why he knows that, but he does indeed. There's that Blink Stun. Nice Hex, very quick. Is there as well. Oh, can't shackle. You can't shackle a Carapace Nyx. It does not work. Getting a stun off. Doesn't even see him. Blind stun, though. It was fine, just fine. And all the while, Touch My Body really wants it. But with this gem on Touch My Body, as well as just the amount of wards that Team Dignitas has been using, going to be very, very difficult for Absolute Legends to have any vision, and that just must be terrifying for them. If there is a keyboard shortcut to change fogs, I gotta learn it, because I would really love to show you exactly what Team Absolute Legends can see at the moment. The only way I know how is to actually click this eye and show you just how long the match is going to be. And I mean, I don't know, kind of gives it away, doesn't it? Don't you think so? Just a bit. Either way, I'm sure you can understand just how little Absolute Legends can see. Having only this bottom tower providing this much vision right here to this line right here. Not being able to see beyond that, and then having absolutely no wards in anything. Nature's Prophet being very ballsy right here, trying to get farm. I suppose he does have Trents, which can scout for him, but all the while, it looks like Han Solo also being ganked. They has the bear on him. There's absolutely no vision. Fog does get him with his ult as well, just to guarantee the kill, and it looked like he did take out Puck just in his last seconds as well, in his dying throws. All the while, it looks like, oh, no, Nyx Assassin was top and killed Puck. My bad. Sorry, everybody. Thought Puck was bottom as well. But now it looks like Team Dignitas really want to even limit the vision even more. They have these 3 wards. They pretty much absolutely know where everybody is right now anyways. Gyrocopter, of course, top. Miracle as well. Does have an eye, a gem of his own. Does not matter, though. And the bottom tower falls for Team Absolute Legends. Trying to push this top tower as much as possible. Lots of Trents doing annoying work there. All the while, though, Dignitas is not the best counter pushing team. Everybody porting bot. Miguel was there just trying to levitate Aoi right before he could get away. The bear does fall. 100 extra gold for R. And Fogged is going to be running around using his Hawks. Has Necronomicon level 3. Very scary now. And is slow in Greater Boar as well. What's the slow on this Poison? I don't even remember. Hawk duration, boar duration. I don't need durations. I need slow percentages, people. Alt, no, can't even alt that. That's A-okay. All the while, though, Miracle farming up their jungles each. Has a little bit more vision now right here. Puck has not seen it yet. Did die. Ah! It's Puck's gem that Miracle did have at one point. Now looks like it is not home. Maybe they killed it. Hard to say. Not 100% sure. All the while, though, Alchemist does have BKB now, getting a huge amount of farm from all of this. Dignitas with, of course, more kills, and I'm sure more experience. Yes, there it is. I'm sure, though, the gold, though, still heavily in the Radiant's favor. And more likely than not, that 3,000 gold is this Han Solo. More likely than not. Puck, though, doing fine, just fine. Farming up whatever he wants. 4 top is in absolutely no danger. And now Han Solo trying to kill this tower. Maybe wanted to do a little bit of damage. Miracle waiting in the wings. If anybody decides to port in, Puck is porting into the safe location, of course, up top. Han Solo now just getting away with his Shadow Blade. Probably wanted to see, Puck maybe wanted to see if he could use Dream Coil at any one point. Not sure if it hits invisible people. I think it does, at the very least. Could be wrong, though. R, though, now does have BKB as well as drums. Has a surprisingly large amount of damage. Always forgetting, at least I do, always forgetting that Helm with the Dominator gives you plus 20 damage. And I'm pretty sure that is some of the most efficient damage that you can get. Not particularly monetarily wise, just for what the item gives you. You get Helm of the Dominator, which is armor and HP regen. And then you get... What is it? Oh, God. My brain's not working right now. Come on. Where are you? I know you're going to be in here. Morbid Mask, which, of course, does not give you damage either. Just gives you lifesteal, but does not matter. Both of them combined plus 20 damage. That's a very, very good deal, especially when you have all these other benefits. Dignitas is now smoking up. They actually have so much vision, probably knowing that Mania and Han Solo being a little bit ballsy. Do they have... True Sight, they do. Gem on Darkseer. Han Solo gonna be falling, can't get away. Gets hexed, gonna be shackled. There is no spiked carapace for him to get away. And now, a little bit of a misplay by Alk there, I must say. Overextending to a huge extent. Of course, all the while, Absolute Legends having no vision whatsoever. Absolutely not able to tell where anybody is. Very, very scary for them to ever move out. But it is into the 30 minutes, and... with that, Absolute Legends team is getting a little bit scarier. Dignitas, though, still doing very, very well. Now, Darkseer, you have Universe with Shivas already. Miguel is getting caught out again. Always getting caught out. Touch My Body is here as well. Just trying to stop the telekinesis stun. Waiting Rift, though, and Ion Shelling everybody out. Miguel will fall. There's no way he's getting away from this. Ion Shelling himself, maybe doing a little bit of damage. And all the while... you have Mania thinking about porting in just to stall it, but Roshan is back up. Dignitas does know that. And now, with no telekinesis, no big steals that can happen, and the fact that Absolute Legends has no vision whatsoever, no wards here, they only have this one, which is their own jungle. They must just be oh, I suppose the opposing jungle as well. They must be absolutely terrified to move out, thinking that they could possibly rely on some of their shadow blading to get away, of course, but really, when it comes right down to it, they know that Darkseer has a gem, and with this surge and his plus 20 armor, he is very hard to take down himself as well. And now a gem on him is almost a guaranteed kill if they ever do catch, Alchemist out again. Han Solo. I've been saying his name, and it's so memorable. How could I not remember it? Either way, though, Team Dignitas now pushing again with wards. That early push is there as well. Just trying to, look, probably end it before Gyro and Alchemist can snowball even more. Of course, Necro now. Necro v Necro. Who has Necro on the opposing team? Probably Mania. Does not. I thought he definitely would. Big vacuum. Miguel and Mania both being caught up. Nice wall across the entire thing. Han Solo is here. and has his ulted, has his basher there, and now he is wrecking everybody. Universe can't get away. The gem has fallen. It goes into Nick's assassin's hand. Getting ults though. Mania has ball back, coming in, trying to stop Pox from doing anything. Can't get away though. Does have Blink Dagger. Gonna be able to get away. I don't see how they could indeed. Owie though getting stunned now. And the Aegis going to waste, killing the bear. No damage now for Owie. Can't get away. Lone Druid did kill Nyx though in the dying moments. And with that now, Alchemist, very, very scary. An immensely good BKB there. There was no roar on him, I don't think. Possibly, even if there was not enough damage, was not caught out, had his BKB and used it very, very well. And now that is exactly why Dignitas has been trying so hard to at least, maybe not end this early, but really to end it early, to push everything in, take all the towers, limit Absolute Legends' vision to a huge extent, because Alchemist is, once he is this farmed, once he does have Mjolnir, and Shadowblade, and Black King Bar, that's kind of the start. He already has Basher up to 2,600, more likely than not, going to be going Abyssal, incredibly scary, a guaranteed stun, as well as his just, and a huge amount of damage more than he already is putting out. Very, very scary, and can really wipe entire teams. Mjolnir not providing a huge amount of AoE damage, of course. The chance to chain is high, and the chain damage is pretty big as well, 160. But that's not what's going to happen. You just single target everybody down, rely on the fact that right now, at level 19, plus the 900 bonus health. I had no idea it was that high. I thought maybe 600. The 900 bonus health of Chemical Rage, of course, popping him up to 2,700, 2,800, of course, if you're rounding. And just making him very, very hard to kill. Does not have the most armor in the world. Might think about going to Sol Cuirass next, just to get that armor, get a plate mail in there, make sure that he doesn't die too quickly. But overall, not terribly scared, I suppose. Anyways. And Alchemist never really seems to be one of those heroes that gets an orb effect. Never seems to be a hero that gets vampirism, gets lifesteal. He just doesn't seem to need it. With how much HP regen Chemical Rage gives him, it never seems to really come to it. Always gets BKB, always has a huge life pool. You see hearts more on him than lifesteal. But I wonder how it could work. Probably could work pretty well. He does output a huge amount of damage. But really, if he ever does get mass disabled, if this BKB ever doesn't work, then this is not the end of the world, really. Then he does get very, very scared. Yeah, up to 2,900. There it is now with the extra level 20. Gyrocopter with double damage. They might want to use this to push, of course. And it looks like Mania, knowing that he was getting ganked, they don't have vision of it. Oh, wait, they do indeed. Seeing everybody going, they probably, nope, not smoking up. That's fine. Nyx, though, Miracle is hiding, has Vladimir's now, going very full support. Nyx, Drum of Endurance giving a little bit more living ability, but now has Vlad simply, more likely, yeah, just for Han Solo. There it is. Han Solo does not need to get anything himself. Most of his gold is unreliable, but 1,200 is not. Thus, does he have buyback? He does indeed. That might be factoring in with how much unreliable gold he has. But it doesn't matter. Mjolnir, of course, giving him the ability to farm Chew his heart's content. As soon as that hits 3,800, which, I mean, it will with this wave, want to see if he buys a relic. All the while, Team Dignitas is scouring the jungle. Inpop runs Universe, has a gem, wants to deward if they ever can. All the while, Miguel, there it is. Touch My Body is there, getting on everybody. R is here, does pop it, has Satanic, does not have double damage anymore. But just getting absolutely destroyed by everybody. Getting an ult off. Puck stopping himself from taking damage from it. That is the longest phase shift I've ever seen. And it looks like Universe getting warded in. Not sure. A little bit of a misplay. Not the end of the world, though. All the while, Han Solo does port back. Want to see if he gets this relic. He's got the money for it, and it's all unreliable. You might as well spend it. In comes the Bears. Though, trying to take this mid-racks, and it looks like they might. Nobody buying back. Gyrocopter seemingly does not have the money. Rubik will be there shortly. Miracle is here, and they know that Darkseer is here, not here as well. But in pops Han Solo, popping his BKB, does not want to get roared. Kills him before he ever does. Trying to kill this bear, stop all the damage, Tides of Time. completely caught out. There's nothing he can do. I think he knows that. And now it will fall. All the while, though, Bear here just farming up. Has Radiance, has Hyperstone, has Javelin as well. Armlet on the Bear doing a huge amount of damage. Not the equal of Alchemist, however, who is just at 7,000 gold net right now. All the while, Touch My Body does have Gwynsoon. If Alchemist does ever get caught out, will be very... I shouldn't say Gwynsoon. Does have Scythe of Vice Sheepstick. And now if Alchemist ever does get caught out... There's the Abyssal, though. Going into the main slot. Alchemist at 300 damage a hit right now. Incredibly, incredibly scary. The base attack speed of max chemical range is 1. And now Alchemist, a very terrifying carry. Might even think about, once this gets down to the dregs of 5 seconds, of just buying another BKB and resetting the timer. Definitely useful. Definitely think about it, considering the amount of stuns on the opposing team. And really... Once BKB does hit 5 seconds or so, if you have Fogged ever getting that level 3 off, it's really only a 4-second invincibility, and that is not enough to clear an entire team. Especially not with the likes of Ulz, with Scythe there, with Hex, with Shackle. Not to mention these the Ensnaring Claws and Darkseer's Vacuum is also good at, very, very good at stunning. But now everybody picking up a Ghost Scepter who can. You have Tides of Time now smoking and seeing if they can't get a really nice team fight now. Han Solo does have ult ready, but are they going to catch him out? They do indeed. All the stun in the world falling on him, but now BKB is up. Gets stunned. Doesn't matter though. Running around. Can't hit anybody. There's nobody to hit yet. They're just getting stunned again. Always getting stunned. Can't get caught out shackled. They really want Han Solo to fall. But they don't, and in the last seconds, his regen saves them. And now, the entirety almost of Team Dignitas, they did not have Fog there to put on the ult stun on Han Solo. The entirety of Team Dignitas melting to Gyrocopter with Satanic, with Flat Cannon, and just a little bit to Han Solo. Not so much, but Gyrocopter doing an immense amount. And now Fog being caught out, mass stuns, mass disables. He's going to want to get away, can't do it at all. Han Solo is here. And now, who has buyback? Because they probably will have to. You have... Oh, no. Absolutely nobody with Team Dignitas with buyback. 20 seconds of free killing for Absolute Legends. Up pops Mania, going for this top as well. Going for both top and bottom. Both of them will fall. There's absolutely nothing they can do. And then... In 5 seconds, it's only Shadow Shaman. They need to wait a full another 10 seconds for Lone Druid for Darkseer, which I mean could be enough. And if I were them, I would have just pushed it, gone for the 3. All considering that Alchemist, more likely than not, does have enough. 3,000 reliable, the guaranteed buyback for sure. Probably could have cinched it right there. Gotten Mega Creeps, really made it almost impossible for Dignitas to push out and really reverse everything on them. But now I'm absolutely wondering just exactly what is Han Solo going to be buying. Fogged having more connectivity issues now. A little bit of an issue. Not too happy about it. There's nothing worse than just trying to fill pause time. But I suppose let's look at everybody's items. And maybe a gold per minute. There it is. And now, with the game going this late, Absolute Legends just taking the top 3 spots. Of course, their 2 supports doing fine, just fine, but really taking it all. Money-wise, there it is. This is more likely than not probably been Elk the entire time. Elk. And then that last team fight, shroomp. Everybody was there. They got a huge amount of gold. Everybody's at the levels now where it's very, very, very good to kill them as well. And now, the experience chart. Game is paused. Get out of the way. What are you doing to me? This is probably just more or less, yeah, Dignitas was doing great the entire time, getting those towers as well, really limiting Absolute Legends' vision, and then boom, very big team fight for Dignitas. Exact opposite happens to them again, team fight again, and then that last team fight, everybody from Absolute Legends was there and swinging it completely into their favor. And now seeing a little bit difficult for Team Dignitas now. I mean, the Bear is here. He does have a lot. He has Radiance, but without Assault Cuirass, without a huge amount of armor, and actually, I think less health. Oh yeah, no, Owie's got a little bit less health than this Bear. Without too much health, this Bear is will fall incredibly quickly to Alchemist Han Solo, who now has his Hyperstone and probably has a full-blown Assault Cuirass. Does indeed. Now having far more physical resistance. Was at 26%, up to 57 now. And now he's going to be able to last when he does get caught out and he can't BKB in time. He might be able to outlast it if he's popped his ult in time as well. But now just a huge amount of attack speed, especially with... Oh no, Beastmaster is not there. My bad. So sorry. Everybody's shadow blading and they know he's there. Han Solo not wanting to get caught out. Puck wants to go in and dream call the whole team, but really they should hang back. It looks like some connectivity issues now from Tides of Time. Not loving it, I must say. Lots and lots of connectivity issues. It's not great, and all the while I hope my microphone is recording. A little bit scared that it's not. We will see. I'll re-listen to this one when it's done, compare it to what I've done before, but really, let's hope. There we go. Tides of Time is back indeed, and this is going to be very, very scary for Team Dignitas to do anything about. They do have Wall of Replica, of course, and the illusions do so much damage as well. Of course, everybody who should be and can be having a Ghost Scepter, making sure they don't want to fall to any Alch auto attacks. Particularly of note, Tide of Time having lots and lots of stuns. If he can wait it out with 4 seconds, if he can wait out that BKB, can be instrumental in stopping Alchemist from really doing a huge lot. But now it looks like Roshan is up. AbsoluteLegends going to be able to take it. Pretty scary for the opposing team. I think this was after they stopped Vacuum, really taking everybody up to high ground. Han Solo just destroying Roshan incredibly quickly, all on his lonesome. Getting blocked by Trents and getting stunned does not matter, though. Gonna be able to get away in time. Nyx looks like he's just killing this boar, not letting him have vision. And Dignitas, are they gonna try to go in for the scoop? I mean, it looks like they will. And then all the while, AbsoluteLegends now smoking in. There it is, getting the stun off, not wanting to be ulted. Han Solo getting the wards down. Tides of Time, he blocks. Yeah, there he goes. Pops the Ghost Scepter. There's the stun. And now barely has any time left on his BKB. It's not enough. Will be mass stun. Nobody is there to help him. What's going on? Mania and Miracle going after Universe. Very hard person to kill. And now Dignitas. Really, as soon as Alchemist melts, everybody is going to fall. Miracle falling as well. And almost an entire team wipe. Lots of people buying back. Mania does get away. Miguel does as well. But nobody there to aid it. And with that, Roshan falling to... Oh, come on. Who did it fall to? I wasn't paying attention. You know what? Let's just look for an Aegis. And that'll do, I'm sure. Cheese falling for Darkseer. I don't see how it could have fallen for AbsoluteLegends. Dignitas more likely than not getting it. Yes, indeedy. And there was that BKB not lasting as long as he wants it to. Does not have the money now that he's bought Assault Cuirass to really buy another one straight out, which is fine, I suppose, but we'll have to rely more on Gyrocopter for a little bit. Gyro, of course, almost having Daedalus already. Pretty damn close to it, I must say. And I'm fairly certain that Flak Cannon does not affect everybody with Critical Strike, but regardless, very, very strong. His BKB is now down to 6 seconds. Very, very scary, though. Not having too much resistance to the amount of stuns going on for Team Dignitas. Of course, you have Primal Roar going down, usually on Alchemist, stopping him from doing anything. You've got Vacuum to stop everything up as well. A Wall of Replica will be down regardless. Lone Druid now getting a little bit of attack, getting a little bit of Skull Basher. Just thinking, trying to shut down Alchemist even more. Tides of Time now does also have Ghost Scepter, really stopping Alch from being able to kill him so quickly that he can't do anything. And now, where is the bear? Bear farming top, very fine. Also has a Basher, double Basher. Very scary, very hard to get away from, I must say. And, I mean, where is Han Solo going to go? He's completely and utterly tooled out. He can't get any stronger. All the while, though, the longer this goes, although Han Solo is already at his max this early in, might want to get another BKB, of course, and Mania can get bigger. Does have a Daedalus. I assume R does. Well, he pretty much does as well. Miracle just there for moral support, more or less. I mean, Lone Druid, he'll be able to have 12 items on like one hero, pretty much. Of course, both smokes going up. Big dream call. Han Solo does get a BKB in time, and now no Primal Roar. Is he going to be able to kill everybody down? Does get Primal Roar, and now are the bears going to be able to do anything? No, Lone Druid, Aegis does pop. Doesn't matter though. Fog getting killed, and now with that, Spirit Bear does fall. Owie, though, getting caught out as well. Reappears not as his true form, having incredibly much, like so few health compared, 1,000 less health. And now with that, Team Dignitas knows that this is over. I don't think anybody can buy back. No, indeed. And now the disconnects. And both teams smoking in. I don't think Darkseer was with them. Was not indeed. Universe was bottom. Seeing if they just couldn't, maybe Dignitas, seeing if they couldn't just get a little bit of their jungle. But all the while, Absolute Legends just doing their best at smoking in as well. Both teams meeting, as so often smoke teams do, which is A-okay. Absolute Legends going in, just trying to make sure, guarantee those kills. But they know that they've won. The entirety of Team Dignitas disconnecting. And with that, this will die. There they go. Just throwing it. Oh my god, the attack speed. That might be max. I'm not 100% sure just what percentage you need to make Alchemist attack at the absolute fastest speed in the game. But it might be exactly what he already has. And with that, Absolute Legends takes the first game of this set. So thanks everybody for watching. I hope to God this recorded well and at proper levels, because whoo boy, it's been a little bit rough, and I've been pushing this back just a little bit, you know, sunny weather, Easter. But thanks for watching everybody. I'll be playing more and more catch up of the Premier League and hoping to get some instructional videos where I teach a few of my friends and a few other people just how to play. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next game.